Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. We're diving deep into a stack of design documents today, trying to
Oh,
turn them into gold, or at least something useful.
right.
It's going to be interesting, that's
It
for sure.
gets yeah.
You might be thinking,
Meh.
design documents sounds a bit dry,
Mhm.
but trust me on this.
Okay.
We're about to uncover some real AI magic in those pages.
I mean, what's interesting about these is
Hmm.
that they are packed with knowledge,
Yeah.
but it's all kind of locked away.
Yeah.
Just imagine if we could open that up
Mm.
and make it accessible to any designer anytime.
So, like, what's the problem with design documents as they are now?
Well, you've got your functional specs,
Right.
you've got wireframes, UI mockups, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they're usually scattered all over the place,
Like what?
across different platforms and folders.
Yeah, I've been there.
Even just finding the document you need
Right.
can be a chore,
Yeah.
let alone finding the information on that page.
Hours wasted, frustration levels rising.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's not just about finding the information, it's about understanding it,
Yeah.
seeing how design decisions all connect
Mhm.
and being able to apply that knowledge to your work.
Okay, so where does the AI come in to save the day? Like some
Yeah.
kind of magic design librarian?
Yeah. There's this research paper we're looking at
Yeah.
by Rishi Kumar Sharma.
Okay.
It proposes a really great solution
Uh,
using generative AI.
oh, the LLMs everyone is talking about.
Yeah, those
Okay.
with a sophisticated search engine called OpenSearch.
Hmm.
The two together create this AI chatbot that can get the knowledge out of all those documents.
Wait, so you're saying we could have a chatbot
Uh-huh.
that actually understands the documents
Right.
and can answer questions in plain English?
Totally. It'd be like having a design expert
Wow.
available 24/7.
Okay.
Imagine asking, "Hey, what were the main things you considered when you were designing this login screen?" Or, "Can
Yeah.
you show me all the UI elements related to user feedback?"
And getting an instant answer.
Right.
Okay, now this is sounding way more interesting.
Yeah.
But let's break it down. How
Okay.
do we actually go about building this AI chatbot?
Well, data is key.
Okay,
Just like a chef needs good ingredients to make a good meal,
right.
our AI needs good data.
So do we just feed all our design documents into the AI and call it good?
Not quite. There's a really important step,
Okay,
data preparation.
Okay.
Like prepping your ingredients before you cook.
right.
You don't just throw a bunch of stuff in a pot without washing and chopping and measuring, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Right.
So how do we prep our design documents for AI then?
It's all about cleaning up the data so the AI can understand it properly.
Okay.
We need to remove the clutter,
Yeah,
headers, footers, random comments, that kind of thing.
right.
Anything that would distract the AI from what's important.
So basically digital decluttering.
Exactly.
But how do we actually do that manually?
It can be done manually,
Okay.
but we can also automate it.
Okay.
This paper uses regular expressions in Python.
Oh, regular expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Those sound kind of familiar,
Yeah,
but also a little intimidating.
they can be.
Maybe another time.
Sure.
So let's say we've got our data cleaned.
Okay.
What's next?
Well, we've got a ton of information to organize.
Right.
That's where OpenSearch comes in.
OpenSearch, remind me what that is again.
It's an open source search engine like Elasticsearch.
Okay.
It's very powerful and flexible,
Mm.
perfect for indexing all our design documents.
Indexing. So we're like creating a table of contents for the chatbot.
You got it. We're tagging each piece of information too,
Okay.
with titles, content types, keywords, all that stuff.
Right.
So the chatbot can find what it needs.
So the data is prepped, it's indexed, ready to go.
Okay.
What else do we need to make this chatbot?
Now for the fun part, LLMs.
Ah, the large language models, the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
These are the things that actually understand what the words mean.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Think of them like super fast learners.
Okay.
You can go through a ton of text
Okay.
and figure out how the words, the concepts, the ideas are all connected.
Okay.
This paper suggests using some like Bard or ChatGPT,
Mhm.
but it emphasizes that you should use what works for you and your budget.
So let me see if I understand.
Okay.
We've got the data cleaned up, the search engine humming along, the LLM all ready to go.
Right.
How do we get them all to work together to create an actual chatbot experience?
Just like an orchestra needs a conductor,
Mm-hmm.
our chatbot needs a system to manage the conversation.
Right.
Something called Rasa does just that.
The conductor. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Rasa's like the maestro of the AI orchestra.
Yes. Rasa keeps track of the conversation,
Okay.
understands what the user wants, and then figures out how to use the LLM and OpenSearch to give the best possible answer.
Let's say I'm a designer working on a mobile app,
Okay.
and I ask the chatbot, What are the accessibility guidelines for button placement?
Mhm.
What happens behind the scenes?
First, Rasa figures out what you're asking.
Okay.
Then it sends that to the LLM,
Okay.
which turns it into a search that OpenSearch can understand.
So the LLM is basically translating from human language into something the search engine can use.
Yeah, you got it.
I see how the pieces fit together now.
Mhm.
It's pretty amazing that we can take these static documents and turn them into something so dynamic.
Right.
It's really a searchable knowledge base powered by AI.
Exactly. And that's just the beginning.
Wow.
Next, we'll talk about how the chatbot gives its answers,
Right.
the importance of security, making sure the AI can explain what it's doing.
Right.
And then we'll even look at adding visuals into everything.
Visual elements.
Yes.
Now that's something I want to learn more about.
It'll be fun.
Stay tuned, everyone. This deep dive is going to get even more interesting.
Definitely.
Welcome back, everyone. We left off with our AI chatbot translating questions into something OpenSearch could use.
Right, like some high-tech interpreter.
Yeah, but that's only the first part.
Right.
What good is a translator if you don't understand the message?
Exactly.
So how does the chatbot actually deliver a useful answer?
Well, think of OpenSearch as a really efficient librarian.
I...
It grabs all the relevant documents, but it's the LLM that makes sense of it all.
Okay, so it's not just about getting the documents, it's about understanding them.
Exactly. The LLM goes through the documents,
Okay.
finds the important info, and then it uses its language skills to write out a clear, concise answer.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So the LLM is kind of like a speed reader,
That's a good way to think about it.
going through all those documents and finding the key points super fast.
And the coolest thing,
Yeah.
it's not just copying and pasting text.
Okay.
It combines info from different sources,
Okay.
connects the dots, and gives a full answer.
Now that's what I call AI magic.
Uh,
We're not just searching here, we're really understanding design decisions.
right.
But that makes me think we're talking about some sensitive information here.
True.
How do we make sure the chatbot keeps everything secure?
That's important. Jaya Sharma actually talks about that.
Okay.
He says we need some serious security.
Okay.
Access controls, encryption, all of that.
Like a digital vault to protect everything.
Right.
But security is only one side of it, right?
Yeah.
We also need explainability.
You're right.
It's not enough to just give an answer.
Yeah.
It needs to be able to explain how it got there.
Exactly. It has to justify its reasoning.
Okay.
Show the user the evidence. That's how you build trust.
Yeah. So, like if it says the button should be here,
Mm-hmm.
I can ask why,
Right.
and it'll give me a real explanation.
And it's not just about trust.
Oh, okay.
It helps people learn by showing the why behind design choices.
It's like a design mentor guiding you along.
Exactly.
This is more than just a time saver.
Right.
It's a way to share knowledge.
Yeah. And it's great for collaboration, too.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Imagine being able to share your ideas with the whole team through the chatbot.
Now, that would change things. So it helps individual designers,
Yes.
but also changes how teams work together.
Exactly. More open, more transparent.
I like it.
Everyone working together.
Okay. But let's be realistic for a second.
Okay.
Are there any downsides to all of this?
Of course, every new technology has challenges.
Right.
One concern is that designers might rely too much on the chatbot.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't want them to stop thinking for themselves.
Yeah. It should be a tool,
Right.
not a replacement for creativity.
Right. Another challenge is making sure the chatbot is accurate.
Right.
Any AI can have biases or make mistakes.
So we need to test it
A lot of tests.
and validate everything.
Yes.
We need to be sure it's giving the right info.
And we need to be able to keep an eye on it.
Okay. So human oversight is important too.
Very important. Finding the right balance is key.
Balance between automation and human expertise.
Exactly. And that balance will change as the technology changes.
It'll be interesting to see how it all develops.
Definitely.
Speaking of the future, where do you see this going?
I think visuals are going to be a big part of it.
Okay.
Imagine asking it to analyze a UI design
Oh, wow.
or suggest changes to a wireframe.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
A real multimodal AI.
And that's just the start.
Wow.
We could have chatbots creating prototypes,
Okay.
analyzing user feedback, predicting design trends.
It really feels like we're on the edge of something big here.
It is an exciting time to be a designer.
That's for sure.
This chatbot could really change how we do everything.
Make it more efficient, collaborative, more insightful.
Exactly.
Maybe it'll even get rid of those design documents entirely.
Uh-huh. Maybe one day.
Okay, well, we've come to the end of part 2 of our deep dive.
It's been fun.
We'll be back for part 3 soon.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking about this awesome idea
Yeah,
using AI chatbots to make design documents way more useful.
definitely.
We talked about the technical stuff,
Mm-hmm.
security and all that.
Right.
But now I really want to talk about what this means for real designers
Okay, yeah.
out there in the real world.
I mean, imagine if
Yeah.
designers never had to waste time
Yeah.
searching through documents.
Right. That's hours they could be designing.
Exactly. They could be coming up with new ideas.
Yeah.
Sketching, prototyping.
So much more productive.
Right. It's not even just about time.
Okay.
When designers have all the info,
Yeah.
they can make better choices.
Right.
Avoid mistakes, keep things consistent across a project.
Like having one source of truth.
Exactly. No more outdated guidelines.
And since the chatbot can explain why decisions were made,
Yeah,
it's great for learning.
it really is. Like a senior designer is right there with you.
Okay, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What about collaboration, though?
Oh, that's a good point.
How does that work?
Well, imagine sharing ideas and feedback with the whole team.
Through the chatbot.
Yeah, instantly.
So this changes everything.
It does.
Not just for individuals,
Right.
but for whole teams.
Exactly. Everyone's on the same page.
Working together better.
A shared vision.
Okay, this is all great,
Yeah.
but are there any downsides?
Well, with any new tech,
Yeah.
there are always challenges.
Okay.
One worry is that designers might rely too much on the chatbot.
Become too dependent on it.
Right. We don't want them to stop thinking for themselves.
Being creative.
Exactly.
So the chatbot should be a tool,
Yes.
not a replacement for thinking.
Another thing
Yeah.
is making sure the chatbot is always right.
Right. AI can make mistakes.
It can. We have to test it a lot.
And validate everything.
Constantly make sure it's accurate.
Keep a human eye on things.
Absolutely. Finding that balance is important.
Between the tech and human expertise.
Exactly. And that balance will keep changing.
As the tech develops.
Yeah.
What about the future? Where do you see this tech going?
I think visuals are going to be huge.
Okay.
Like, asking it to analyze a UI design,
Right.
suggest changes to a wireframe.
A truly multimodal AI.
Exactly. And that's not all. We might have chatbots that can make interactive prototypes.
Wow.
Analyze user feedback.
That would be amazing.
We're really pushing the boundaries of design.
It's really exciting.
Definitely. It's a great time to be a designer.
I agree. This AI chatbot stuff is going to be huge.
I think so too.
It's going to change how we design, make it better,
More efficient, more insightful.
and more fun.
Hopefully.
Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive today.
It's been a great conversation.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
And be sure to check out the show notes for more information.
Definitely.
Until next time, happy designing.